Yeah, what I did to get your file working as far as your terrain error goes, first thing I'd like to do is go into the terrain and change some settings. We need this flatten pad turned off. It's just trouble. Turn off auto terrain so that I like to control when the terrain builds manually I have a shortcut key set up, Control Q, and I click that if I want the terrain to rebuild so that you're not waiting for it to be built when it doesn't suit you. Um, and the other thing I like to do is turn this to low and this to low. Especially with complex terrains, I just find it runs better. If others have an opinion on this, feel free to talk about it. Tell me I'm wrong. But that's what I find works the best for me. Right, we go okay. Oh, we'll go into here also. Line style, that's correct. Yeah, no, that's all good. And the other thing that gets me a little bit of trouble, and it's just a personal preference, I don't like looking at this fill. It drives me bonkers, and it stops me from being able to see some of the problems I feel. I might be right, might be wrong. And some of the problems that I'm seeing, they're more me being fussy and things that I don't like, and I think it adds to the complexity of the terrain. So I'll show you what these problems are once I turn this fill off and fix that. I'll just go around and select all these regions. It's got them all. Yep. So I'll edit them. I don't like interpolate tangent to edge. I can't tell you why. I just know the train one's quicker with it turned off. And I've done some tests to see what its effect is, and all I can see is it takes longer to generate. Maybe someone that can tell us what the answer is to what that's about. So I want to turn this off here so that the colour is by layer, and I'll show you why I want to do that. I want to change this to bright blue so that it sticks out for me. And I don't think I turned off the fill on that. I'll go back in. I want to turn off the fill, get rid of it because it irritates me. I don't know, it might be fine to have it there, but I find I can troubleshoot problems quicker and easier with it turned off. And we got problems with this file, so and some of the problems that I ain't exactly sure are causing any issues, but I don't like having them in this particular way. You'll see this elevation region, its lines are, they're not joining properly at the corner, they're crossing over. So I'll pull this back here, pull that back down there. So there's more here going on, I'm just not sure what it is. I'm going to try and fix that. Make that up to here. So now it's got a nice corner. There's a few of those kicking around this that I don't know whether they're tripping the system up or not, but I definitely don't think they help anything, so I get rid of them. But this one here, that's all bloody skew with. Get that out of there. Get that back to there. Get that back to there. Get that back to there. Nearly got it. Get that back to there. That's got a nice clean corner. So that's another thing that I don't like. It could be causing grief, but I may be wrong. It may have nothing to do with it. I'm not saying for sure that it is the cause of it. Alright, Alright, so we've been around and done those that I don't think there's any more of them. Now the next thing that was really causing problems are these retaining walls here. I think it's all the foundation walls that have got retaining walls turned on. They shouldn't be. When the retaining wall is in a building, you just use a normal foundation wall, and maybe you could use a pony wall or something, but I don't have them set as retaining walls, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to select all these foundation walls and turn off the retaining wall element, because they're not meant to be retaining walls. Did I get that one? Yeah. And I'll do these. I'm doing these. There's these two here that I think are causing the trouble, and I'm making them just foundation walls to help Chief along. For some reason, it seems to stop all the errors when I do that. I think that's pretty much all of them. All of them that are causing trouble. So I don't think they're retaining walls. So I'll go in and switch off the retaining wall element, turn that off, and it may even kick into place right now that it's going to generate without an error. Let's see. I'll build the terrain. I'll click Control Q. Just waiting for it to build. Look at that, no error. My hunch is it's all these structural walls, and these walls across here. These ones here seem to be triggering it off too. So they seem to work better as foundation walls, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's take a camera shot and just have a look at it and see what condition it's in. Already it's much better condition, I'm sure of it. We've got a few issues here. Most of that's because things aren't set up quite right. These foundation walls here, they're not meeting the terrain because they're now a foundation wall. So I'll just manually get them to do that. Like that. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Normally I don't adjust wall heights if I absolutely can't. If I prefer not to do it. I only do it when I have to. Sorry, I've got a bit tongue-tied there. This one there, make it a bit more closer to what reality would be. You probably stand to hide the footing. So they're still acting as a retaining wall, but they're not called a retaining wall. They're just a foundation wall. Now we see that terrain's creeping up the wall. We'll fix that, and it's creeping up here. Something's clearly wrong there. We'll go to the elevation region and see why it's not behaving like it should. We'll come in here and what is going on. So I'll select the elevation region. I think there's a few things wrong here, but so we'll go here. So that's good, that's meeting the wall in the right spot. So I'm going to select, break this elevation region here and break it here. Oh, God, it's probably the wrong thing. No, so it's just touching the retainer wall. What's going on with this one? I don't like the way that's set up. I'm bringing that back to there. I'm not sure it gives it grief, but I just feel better. It's a better way to operate. To have everything. Oh, use a bit more stuff that's a bit clunky. I think that needs to come out to there actually. Yeah, and this needs to come in here. So get that. It stops that terrain creeping up the wall because it literally creeps up in the gaps between the elevation regions that are set up wrong. Now, another thing, I'm not sure, but I don't like this being right through the building like that. So I'm going to get rid of that. Bring that back to there. I don't think this lines up with the wall somehow. I think there's something weird with it. Yeah. See that there's not parallel to the wall. So I've selected it and I'll click on make parallel. Hold the mouse over that wall and it gives me that wall is what it's going to make it parallel to. And then it'll scroll back in there. It'll be perfect fit. I like the word perfect. Like that. Like that. Is that wrong? Feels wrong. Yeah, no, it's wrong. Put that down there. I like to get all these things in order. As I say, I think it's more the retainer walls, but I don't think any of these things being out of whack help. I find when I clean all them up, I think the terrain generates a bit faster. So I think there's this retainer wall here is not needed at all because both those elevation regions are the same height. So I got rid of that one. There might be a glitch here, I think. Is there, or have I already done this? No, I've already. I'll just pull that out there a bit. So let's go Control Q to generate the terrain. Build the terrain, I mean, sorry. It's a little bit slow on this one. Oh, I think it's getting faster already. The more I clean things up, and you really need to go around all the elevation regions where they're meeting retainer walls and just tidy them up so that they're all in the correct position. So already it's functioning so much better. So well, that's looking clean and tidy. Chief's terrain will do things, but for a learner, it's hard work. I won't lie to you. It is hard work. And sometimes you can get the good blokes that know what they're doing. See that there? That's because I changed that wall. We'll come back here. I changed this wall here to a foundation wall. So what I need to do, this little section here still needs to be a retainer wall. So I'll break it, change that to a retainer wall. Control Q, you'll see it'll clean up. And the chief says I'm a lot happier now. Look, it's running faster. The more I clean these things up, I'm sure the more it's happy. I'm trying to think what else I might clean up. There's plenty of things to be cleaned up here, and you'll find that the terrain down in this section is a bit wonky. How do I go about that? It's a real issue with sheep when you've got a terrain angling down. It fights you. I'll show you what I mean. It's all bloody crappy. See, it's fighting. So what I might do there, I won't do it, but I'll tell you how I would go about it. I'd put elevation regions, say one every metre or something down here. So there'd be an elevation region, there'd be, I'll give you a quick example. I won't do it, I'll just sort of temporarily do it because it's a bit of a job. I'm going to get the calculator out and calculate what I do. So I might drag them out. Hang on, I've forgotten. How far apart are they? I think I selected the wrong tool. Yeah. So general objects 24 inches. Oh, we'll go 48 inches. And I drag them down there like that. And then I get the calculator out and work out the true height of what each one of those should be. And I set them up. It's a little bit slow going, but it fixes up the fact that that driveway terrain is not meeting the retainer wall and not smooth and level like you would like. So that's a way of getting it done. But I'm just going to undo that because I'm not going to calculate all those out for you. I'll go Control Z, get rid of them. Control Z again, get rid of another one. I think there's a few issues around this area with these. Yeah, there is. Oh, hang on. Let me select that. Yeah, I don't like the way that's sitting there, and I'll probably get that back there. Get it right to the edge of the wall. What's going on here? What is going on here? That wall steps in there a little bit, so I might break that and clean that up. And I find the more I get all these things right, Chief gets happier and happier each time I fix them. What's going on there? And it starts running quicker and quicker. I get all those in order. Is this one in order? Yeah. I might share this file with you just in case the original file I sent you, I changed some things that I perhaps shouldn't have. I haven't changed anything here that I feel's intrusive to you, other than get the train working beautiful. I think the train's a bit funny down this side. I'm not sure whether this retaining wall is meant to be here or not. I think it is, and it's probably just not developed yet. You haven't got your regions set up. But they should start working. We'll go back and have a look at the camera and see how clean it's looking. So it's definitely looking a lot better. These walls here, I noticed, just to get them working right, you just got to reset their default top height. And I'm not sure, but I think I had to build the train when I did it. Control Q for building the train. That's better. It's looking prettier all the time. There's things that are wrong with it, but I'm not fixing them because I don't know how you want them to be. I could spend, like this driver, I could spend the time doing it, and I might not even be right, so I'm not bloody mucking around with any of that. Hopefully that gets you feeling better about your terrain. It's actually a really good program for doing it, but it is glitchy and it does have some problems. At this stage, I'd nearly delete those retainer walls, but you know what you're doing, so I'll let you figure that out. But I guess the crux of what was causing it was having foundation walls set as retaining walls is a bit incorrect, and I might have been the culprit that dragged you down that path because you actually asked on the forum, and I thought you were asking how do I convert a foundation wall, something like this wall here that's not part of a building. How do you convert that to a retainer wall? Well, you just set that setting that I showed you in the screenshot on one of your forum threads. But I think you've set all your foundation walls as retaining walls, and even though they are technically retaining walls, because you'll be building and there'll be earth up against them, as far as Chief's concerned, it doesn't want to know that it's a retaining wall. All right, I think I've got enough going there for you to get your whole thing running.